Oh my god, that intro is just ass. You don't need to tell me about that, no? You better get used to it. So, what's this video about anyway? Well, you probably know what to expect by observing this decently inspired starting screen. In the last couple of weeks I watched loads of these funny reviews by The Angry Game Nerd, Armake, Jedi1, and some more guys on YouTube. And yeah, I've wet my pants several times as I know how retarded some games are. But I just can't stand the point that the Nintendo Entertainment System only had crappy games. I mean, that's the point of view you could get watching all these reviews, hearing fuck, shit and this sucks all the time. I cannot ensure I won't use these words too, but I'll give a try not to and grant myself a little journey to my childhood. I was like 8 or 9 years old when I experienced great games. Just to mention only a few, like Nintendo World Cup Soccer, Super Mario Bros., Zelda of course, this part 2 right here, and even the freaking Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Yes, I am serious, and I like this game, although it's quite impossible for me to play it nowadays, because it's very hard. However, I invite you herewith to join my venture, and who knows, we might find the one or other jewel out there, as the internet provides us with tons of ROMs. And don't flame me for using an emulator here, as it is not that easy like walking to the next game store and say, "Ah, hello, I want the NES and this list of games please." Not to forget how way harder it would be for me making records of this. I won't even use cheats or save states, so please. Alright, let's start off with the first game then. And it is Excitebike. I remember this one for sure from the past. Well, to be honest, I have to, as this was the favorite spring of joy for my girlfriend in these days. Now, beside that track creating thing I will show later on, this game has 2 modes. Both Selection A and B are the same, despite of one little fact. In Mode B, you are driving with 3 computer-controlled bikers on the same track, which makes it harder for you to complete it properly. So I skip Selection A, where you would be alone on your own, and start a game right off in Mode B to show you the gameplay. I can choose between 5 levels. They increase in difficulty, and the time limits are short. Yeah, time limits. As you can see on the boards showing the best time here, this is the cap for you to be the winner for this track if you beat it within this limit. Down to the left is the maximum cap for becoming third and qualify for the next track. If you fail, you have to do it all over again. I'm driving the first track currently, and it's fairly easy, even for me. There are 2 different kinds of opponent drivers. The pink or purple ones are not as good as the green one, we called him policeman for some reason, which drives as fast as you can and he jumps higher and further. You can throw them off by driving in front of them, making their front wheel touch your back wheel. Of course, the same can happen to you, sadly. No matter how often you crash or crash others, the main goal keeps the same: beat the track within the set time zones. As you move on to higher levels, the difficulty increases and you crash more often. This is one unfair thing I discovered here. The bikers get kicked to the right side and have a shorter way to get their bikes back. I mean, if I get jerked off mine, it drops it to the left side. Look at this. So basically avoid time loss by choosing the left, or respectively the top way, and fire the B button for no mercy to make him run faster. The opponents change the raceways randomly and to avoid obstacles, like these pits and... oh dear, I just rode over the policeman. As said, obstacles and small humps make you fall off your bike if you drive over it without lifting your front wheel, which is done by touching the left button carefully, like this. I did not figure out until today what the boost is useful for. Notice the sound when I hold B? You can overheat. That means you have to wait until your machine cools down before you can continue driving. and you can heat up your engine, which I think was mentioned to decrease the time to get back to full throttle after a crash or jump. Maybe you know how this works best, post it in the comments then. We're in the last stage, level 5, and this track is damn hard to beat. I never made it to the top 3 on this track. Is it possible anyway? There are so many pounds, pits and stuff that throttles down, it's like... I don't know. Just too much for me. At least you can restart at the same level by just choosing it in the selection menu. The best thing in this game is definitely the design mode. Herein you can be experimental, create the hardest track ever seen, or just bug around and test what stuff this game offers. When I played this with my friend, she forced me to leave the room so I do not speak and prepare. She had an undisputable and consistently fun in designing her own tracks and sent me on the quest to drive them. Whether I beat them or not, it wasn't important at all. As you can imagine, I didn't like this game for just that reason. Too bad this game has no multiplayer part. Sure, you can play this with multiple players, but you have to change controller and wait for each other to finish their attempt. That is a real lack in this game, as 5 tracks are. More would have been much appreciated. The music and sounds are acceptable for a publishment of 1984. I mean, wow, 1984! I was 2 years old when this came out. So, if you like bikes and tough competition, create your own track and then make fun of your friend when he sucks at it, this is the ride for ya. Great game in my opinion. Okay, I continue playing this a bit longer and hope you see you soon in another review without shits and fucks. Oh.